comes, it will be like yesterday. All the things you're gonna do will be the things you've done. Hi everybody, welcome back to the channel. I hope you're all well and dandy out there in Beatles world, YouTube land, members of the VC, record collectors around the world, and anybody else on the internet that has just discovered this little channel. First of all, I'd like to say a very, very, very big thank you to everybody that helped me with the Laserdisc. I've found out more about Laserdiscs in the past week than I'd ever known about. Well, I didn't really know anything about them anyway. So thank you to everybody that has been kind enough to leave me comments and information on them. I think for the time being, I am not going to get a Laserdisc player because they're too much money. And it's not worth spending hundreds of pounds to play one thing. So that is just going to be like a curio for now. Nice curio though. Today we are going to be looking at the Hollies. If I sound a bit bunged up, it's because I've got a cold, as it's officially known in the UK, man flu. Yes, I'm feeling a little bit under the weather, but I'm going to soldier on and do your video. So today we're going to be looking at one of the other bands that I collect, other than the Beatles, which is the Hollies. Now the Hollies were originally from Manchester in England, and they had a really, really successful career. I think there's still a lineup of the Hollies that you can go and see to this very day. They had a few, personnel changes over the years, but very, very early on they got tagged as a singles band, but they did make some fantastic albums. Now, I haven't got every album that the Hollies made, so I'm just going to show you that the ones that I've got, some of them in a better condition than others. But please stay tuned because I'm going to be doing a couple of Beatle Dave shout outs at the end of the video. So if you're sitting comfortably, and without further ado, we'll get on with the video. So the first album is Stay with the Hollies. Well, Stay was a big early hit that they had. I'm not sure if this was their first album or their second album, because I seem to think there's one that came out around the same time, which was called the Vintage Hollies or something. So on here, personnel is Graham Clark, leader. It says leader, not lead singer. It just says leader, rhythm guitar and vocals. Alan Clark, lead singer. Now Alan Clark had a very, very distinctive voice. Tony Hicks, lead guitar and vocals. Eric Haydock, bass guitar, and then Bobby Elliott on drums. Now the Hollies were very, very famous for their harmonies, and the harmonies were usually between Graham, Alan and Tony. So that is the front cover. This is on Parlophone, so it's PMC 1220, so it's a mono LP. I think it's from around 1964, so there might have been an LP before this, I'm not 100% sure. Now if I put that there like that, you can see the track listing, and then that will save me having to go through every single one. Now on here there isn't really any like self-penned songs. It's nearly all cover versions, and a lot of it is staple of what bands would have been doing around this time, like Memphis, Stay, Rockin' Robin. They even do a version of What You Gonna Do About It on here. What you gonna do about it? Although in all fairness, it's nowhere as good as the Small Faces version. Yeah, so we'll have a look. So the cover is in okay condition. A little bit of writing there and a bit of writing there, somebody's name. Should be on the Parlophone. This is actually quite nice condition. I forgot how nice condition this was. That's the thing. Do you know when you start doing like, you're showing like your collection to people or making a video, you sometimes forget how good some of your records are. There's not, like there. There's not really any scratches or anything on that. It does sound really, really nice. I did play this one just before. Well, I played it in the week, to be honest. So that is the first one. Again, I don't know what the values of these are like. It's just a shame that people, or certain people, don't listen to the Hollies albums, because they did make some really good albums. And as the career went on, They went from like hardly writing any of their own songs to writing the whole albums themselves. Though later on they did do a whole album of Bob Dylan covers, which we will be showing if we get that far. Yeah, so that is it. So lovely album. Now this next one is a reissue. This is the Hollies Reflection. 1966 this came out. So I'm not sure if this is before or after the one that's, I should imagine this is before. So there was one just called the Hollies that came out in 1965. So you still get a flip back sleeve, and although it's on EMI, it's Starline, well, Regal Starline. So the songs on here, there's a few. There's still like the odd one that is a cover version, but there's a couple on here which say Ransford. Now Ransford was the name that the Hollies used early on in their career when they wrote their own songs, and then eventually it went to what was it? Graham Clark, Tony Hicks, Alan Clark, sorry, Tony Hicks, and Graham Nash wrote most of the songs later on in the career. So that is the labels. This one isn't in very good condition, to be honest. It does still play, but it's not in the best of conditions. Nice album to have. Like I say, if you like your harmonies and stuff like that, and later on if you like your jangly guitars of like the Byrds and things like that, the Hollies were very, very influential in a lot of ways, and I don't really think they get the recognition that they deserve, especially in the UK for some reason. This is one of the first like really, really good albums they made. Would you believe? This is also from 1966. There. Now that on there, again, this is a mono album, so it's Parlophone PMC 7008. So this must have come out around the time of Revolver, and this cover is very Revolver-like in a way, isn't it? So on here, all the songs, you still got the odd one from Mansford. Yeah, they are still using the Mansford on here. You've got I take what I want. Hard year. That's how strong my love is. Sweet little 16. So there's still the odd cover version in it, isn't they? Oriental Sadness. I Am a Rock. That's Simon and Garfunkel, wasn't it? Then you've got Take Your Time. That's old Buddy Holly song. Don't You Ever Care What's Gonna Happen to Me. Fee the Flea. Fee the Flea. Straw Ball. I've Got a Way of My Own. And then I Can't Let Go. Well, I Can't Let Go was a massive hit. You got me going, I need you, baby, I can't let go, and I think you know it. So that is the track listing. I can't let go. Now this isn't the original inner sleeve. This is one from Decca. Now this one isn't in very good condition, to be honest. It does need a really, really good clean, but it is nice to see it. So I'm going to put that there, and put that like that. Right, now we get the Hollies for Certain Because. And this, if I remember rightly, is a gatefold. Very reminiscent in construction to the Beatles for Sale, i.e. you have to open it up and then get the record out from there. Although this seems to have Survived a lot better than a lot of the Beatles for sale ones. Again, this is mono. So it's PMC 7011. All above items composed by Clark, Hicks and Nash. So from that album to this album, they went from playing from writing hardly any songs to writing a whole album. So on this side one, you get What's Wrong with the Way I Live, Pay You Back with Interest. That's a really, really nice song. Tell Me to My Face, Clown is a fantastic song. I forgot about that one. Suspicious Look in Your Eyes, It's You. Side 2 is High Classed, Particular Situation, What Went Wrong, Crusader, Don't Even Think About Changing, and Stop, Will You Let Them Give Me Daddy. That was a big hit. So that is the track listing. So I mean, very, very similar to the Beatles for Sale in construction, isn't it? Let's see if we can get this one out. So I don't know if this is the original inner sleeve. Might be. I'd say it is, because it's got rubber sole on it, but it hasn't got anything after 1965 by the looks of it. Oh, this is in really, really lovely condition. So for their publishing company, because it was Clark, Hicks and Nash, right, the publishing company was called Grey Alto Music. Graham, Alan and Tony. Clever, I think. This is in perfect condition. Lovely condition. In fact, I'd go as far as to say that is near mint. And I do know that one is actually quite rare. Then we've got this one. As I say, this hasn't got a cover. But... no, hang on. Then we've got this one first, which is what I got from Belper last month. And this is Evolution. Again, this is still mono, so it's PMC 7022. And when you look at this, you'd think that was a gatefold. Well, I'd think that was a gatefold, but it's not. Very reminiscent of Sergeant Pepper sort of thing, isn't it? Psychedelia and things like that. Very, very nice condition, actually, this. I think I paid about £20 odd for this, didn't I? I have put this one in the new sleeve, by the way. This is in so-so condition. I wouldn't say it's fantastic, but I wouldn't say it's rubbish. But it plays okay. It does actually play really, really nice. Yeah, if I put that there, then you'll be able to freeze and see the songs. I'm trying to speed this video up a little bit. Okay, so there's that one. Because when I showed that the other day, somebody goes, no, the album that was after that, called Butterfly, is they're like Sergeant Pepper. And I didn't realise that I actually had it, but this is the one that hasn't got a sleeve to it. And these are quite expensive to buy. I don't know why. So you got Dear Eloise. What a fantastic song. Away, Away, Away. Maker, Pegasus. Would You Believe, which isn't on the song, isn't on the album called Would You Believe. And Wish You a Wish. Again, it's all written by Clark, Hicks and Nash. Side 2 is Postcard, Charlie and Fred, Try It, Elevated Observation, Step Inside and Butterfly. It's not Step Inside Love, by the way. Yeah, that if that was in the cover, in the right cover, and it was in better condition, that would probably be one of the most valuable Hollies records that I've got. But unfortunately, it is in very, very poor condition, and it hasn't got the cover. But I did only pay £3 for it. So you can't have everything, can you, folks? Then we've got the Hollies Greatest Hits. And as greatest hits go, this is actually fantastic. You've got I Can't Let Go, Bus Stop, We're Through, Carry On, Hey Carry On, what's your name now, can anybody play, Here I Go Again, King Midas in reverse, he's King Midas in reverse, he's King Midas with a curse, and Yes I Will, which was their only ever UK #1 single. Or was it I'm Alive, which was the #1 single? I can't remember now. I think it was I'm Alive, wasn't it? Yeah, forget that. They're all fantastic songs anyway. Side 2 is I'm Alive, Just One Look, On a Carousel, Stay, Look Through Any Window, Stop, 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 and Jennifer Eccles. I love Jennifer Eccles, and I know she loves me. Right, so this time this is a stereo, so this is PCS 7057. Yes, I think it was I'm Alive that was #1, ain't it? But this is a slightly later copy, because the inner sleeve on this is, you've got Let It Be, Sentimental Journey, McCartney, Abbey Road, Sergeant Pepper's, but it does say the Hollies Greatest Hits, which is what this one is, which is strange. Yeah, this is on a two-box EMI parlophone. Lovely record though. You can usually pick this up for next to nothing, to be honest. It's usually about less than a tenner, I'd say, usually. But now we have got, this is the original mono version. So the songs and everything exactly the same. And I think this is on the yellow and black parlophone. Yeah, it is. Needs a new sleeve though, Dave, in a sleeve. So this is an original, and this is actually in really, really nice condition. And then, although I've got a lot more, I'm only going to show you 2 more, because I don't want this video to go on dead long, and I don't want it to get bored. So this is the Hollies Sing Dylan. So this is all Bob Dylan songs on here, and by the time this came out, Graham Nash had left to form Crosby, Stills and Nash with Marrakesh Express, I think it was. So the songs on here they still sound like the Hollies, but they do sound slightly different, if that makes sense. So you've got when the ship comes in, I'll Be Your Baby Tonight, I Want You, Wheels on Fire, I Shall Be Released, and Blowing in the Wind. Side 2 is Quit Your Low Down Ways, Just Like a Woman, The Times They Are a Changing, All I Really Want to Do, My Back Pages, and Mighty Quinn. Come on without, come on within, you not see nothing like the Mighty Quinn. I mean, would a band get away today with doing a whole album of somebody else's songs? I don't know. See, this has got that same sort of like inner sleeve with McCartney and Sergeant Pepper and stuff on it. So this on a, no, this is still on. This is still on a yellow and black parlophone label. So I'm not sure if that is the right sleeve or not. I'd say that's a slightly later inner sleeve. So you do still get sold in the UK subject to price conditions. 1969 this was, PCS 7078. And again, that is actually in nice condition. I forgot how nice some of these records actually look. So there's that one. Like I say, it's not a definitive collection. It's just what I've picked up over the years. And as you can see, some are in better condition than others. Which, if we're going to be truthful, folks, I think a lot of our collections are like that, aren't they? We've got some really, really lovely condition LPs, and then we've got some that aren't in that nicer condition. Now, this is the Hollies Sing Hollies, and this is a gatefold. So these are all Hollies songs. But they've started to write stuff on their own now, because obviously Graham Nash is no longer with them. So we've got Why Don't You Believe, Don't Give Up Easy, Look at Life, Please Sign Your Letters, My Life Is Over With You, Please Let Me Please. Side 2 is Do You Believe in Love, Soldier's Dilemma, Marigold Glorious Swan Song, You Love 'Cause You Like It, Reflections of a Time Long Past, and Goodbye Tomorrow. Now, I've got to admit, I don't really know any of these songs. In fact, I don't even know if I played this or not. This is a slightly rarish album because it's actually from South Africa. So although it's still on Parlophone, it is a South African pressing. And it's from 1970, this came out originally. And this vinyl is very, very heavy. I think you can see that. I think I've played this maybe once. Being honest there, it's not one of my favourite Hollies albums, to be honest. Maybe I should give it another listen. A lot of things that sometimes I didn't like when I was younger, as I'm getting older, I do appreciate more. So that is like the main bulk of my Hollies collection. But then we have got things like this. Now I'm not going to get these out, I'm just going to show you these. We've got the Hollies Greatest Hits Volume 2. So this is on Parlophone still. So you've got Gasoline Alley Bread, that is a fantastic song. You've got Search and you've got Listen to Me, which I think was a B-side and was probably one of the last songs that Graham Nash was on. Too Young to Be Married, Dear Eloise, He Ain't Heavy, He's My Brother. That was a massive hit in 1969. I think that was one of the first singles they did after Graham Nash left. And he's always said, because he was getting a bit of success in America, that he was glad that the Hollies still had a smash hit after he'd left. Then side 2 got Hey Willie, Just Like Me, Sorry Suzanne, If I Needed Someone, the George Harrison song, yeah. I Can't Tell the Bottom from the Top, and Blowing in the Wind. In fact, didn't George Harrison say that although he liked their version of If I Needed Someone, it sounded like Session People? Not a very nice thing to say, is it? I sort of get what he means. Then we've got this one. This is the Hollies Confessions of the Mind. Again, this is the Hollies in the 70s now. So then we've got this one. This is Hollies Distant Light. Still on Parlophone at this point. And then we've got Long Cool Woman in a Black Dress, which I think is a compilation album. This is on MFP. So you got Long Cool Woman in a Black Dress, Hey Willie, He Ain't Heavy, He's My Brother, Blowing in the Wind, High Classed, King Midas in Reverse, I Can't Let Go, Carry On, Bus Stop, Just Like a Woman, Dear Eloise, and Mighty Quinn. So there's some nice songs on that. If you can hear the dog barking, it's not Bailey, it's next door's dog. Bailey's alright, don't worry. Then we've got this one. This is the Hollies, Buddy Holly. So on here, all they do is Buddy Holly songs. And to be honest, it is actually quite nice. It's not something you listen to every day, don't get me wrong, but it is nice. And it's on Polydor now. They've changed record labels. So you get Peggy Sue, Wishing, Love's Made a Fool of You, Take Your Time, Heartbeat, Take Me Home, Think It Over, and Maybe Baby. I think, if I remember rightly, Heartbeat was released as a single of this, and I don't think it got there on the charts, if I remember rightly. Then you've got Midnight Shift, I'm Gonna Love You Too, Peggy Sue Got Married, What to Do, That'll Be the Day, It Doesn't Matter Anymore, Every Day, and then Reprise. So that is the track listing. Buddy Holly, I mean, obviously the Hollies got their name from Buddy Holly. So I think sooner or later they was going to do something like this anyway. But wouldn't this have been a fantastic album if it had been the Hollies from the 1960s doing it, i.e. still with Graham Nash? I wonder what that would have sounded like. Don't matter. I mean, I only paid £3 for this anyway, so it's, you know. Then we've got the Hollies 20 Greatest Hits. This came out in the late 70s. The Air That I Breathe, Carry On, Bus Stop, Listen to Me, Look Through Any Window, I Can't Let Go, Long Cool Woman in a Black Dress, Here I Go Again, Can't Tell the Bottom from the Top, and I'm Alive. Then side 2 is Yes I Will, Stay, Sorry Suzanne, Gasoline Alley Bread, We're Through, Jennifer Eccles, Stop Stop Stop, On a Carousel, Just One Look, and He Ain't Heavy, He's My Brother. That is the track listing there. And this is on the EMI label, and it's just EMI. That is actually quite a nice record. You know, if you want to sort of like start to get into Hollies, I would recommend something like this, because you've got most of the big hits there, haven't you? Then there's this one, Hollies 20 Greatest Hits. I think this is German, and looking at that, it's got a slightly different track listing. Right, so on here you've got Just One Look, Look Through Any Window, I Can't Let Go, Bus Stop, Sandy. Well, Sandy was written by Bruce Springsteen, if I remember rightly. On a Carousel, I Can't Tell the Bottom from the Top, Stop, 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 Pay You Back with Interest, Another Night. Side 2 is Carry On, Carry On even, not Carry On, Carry On. Not Carry On, it's not Carry On the Hollies. King Midas in Reverse, Dear Eloise, Jennifer Eccles, Magic Woman Touch, Sorry Suzanne, He Ain't Heavy, He's My Brother, Long Dark Road, Long Cool Woman in the Black Dress, and The Air That I Breathe. So again, there's some fantastic songs on that. I don't know how hard this one is to get, because I'd say if you got that one and you got that one, you basically got the best of Hollies output anyway. So then there's this one. This was came out in the 90s. The Hollies, All the Hits and More, the definitive collection. And I'm not going to read what you get. The EMI recordings and the Polydor recordings on this. So if I go like that, and you want to freeze and then zoom in, it's a double LP. You know, you get all the hits. You get the stuff from the 70s as well. The day that Curly Billy shot down Crazy Sam McGee. That, if you listen to that, you would never, ever, ever think that that was the Hollies. And I think there's one called The Baby as well. You know, they're not really the Hollies, because Alan Clark left for a bit and they got somebody else singing, and I don't think it was even English, and it didn't really work, in my opinion anyway. I think you can still get this. I think you can get this on CD as well. I think the album's getting a bit harder to get. And then there's this one. This is probably my favourite Hollies LP. And it's the Hollies Rarities. So on here you got Carrie, you got Mexico Gold, If It Wasn't for the Reasons That I Love You, Louisiana Man, She Looked My Way, Eleanor's Castle, that is a fantastic song, Here in My Dreams, and Sanctuary. Then you've got Relax. Now Relax would have fitted very easily onto the Butterfly album or something like that, I think. Then you've got one of my favourite songs the Hollies ever did, Tomorrow When It Comes. When tomorrow comes, it will be like yesterday. All the things you're gonna do will be the things you've done. Fantastic words. You could imagine John Lennon writing something like that, couldn't you? Then you've got Open Up Your Eyes, The Times They Are Changing, Look Through Any Window, which is in German, if I remember rightly. Then you've got After the Fox. Who remembers After the Fox? It was a very, very obscure Peter Sellers film. Who is the fox? I am the fox. Who are you? I am me. Who is me? Me is a thief. So they sing it, and then Peter Sellers like says things. Very, very underrated song. If you can find it on YouTube, a clip of that on YouTube, I'm sure you'd love it. It was released as a single, but it didn't get anywhere because I think they released Bus Stop or Stop, Stop, Stop at the same time. Then you've got Non Prego Per Me, whatever that means, and then Like Every Time Before, and then a song called Wings. So that is the track listing on there. Yeah, After the Fox and Tomorrow When It Comes. Oh, I love them two songs. So that's it. That is my little look at my Hollies collection. Like I say, I haven't got every Hollies album that's ever been released, but I've got a fair few there. There's a few more I've got to get. Beatle Dave, please like and subscribe. Thank you to everybody that is commented on that Magical Mystery Tour Laserdisc. I found more out about Laserdisc than I ever knew. So thank you to everybody that left me comments on that. Right, Beatle Dave's twist and shout outs, and then you can all get on and have your Sunday dinner or whatever. So the first is to a new channel. I've only discovered this in the last month, and it's Uncle Paul's Beatles Pop Playhouse. Very, very funny. So here's your twist and you shout out to Uncle Paul's Beatles Pop Playhouse. I had to write it down because I forgot what it was called. Sorry. Check him out. He's only done about 3 videos, I think, so far. And the last one he did, I thought was really, really good, mate. You had me in stitches, and my missus. Then there's Gav Axman Spins. So there's your shout out to Gav. Gav Axman Spins. Please check out his channel. He's got a vast array and knowledge of all different types of music. He does do the Beatles and things like that, but he's doing a thing at the minute with U2. He's done things on Britpop and Britpop even, and things like that. So please check him out. You know, these new channels we've got to try and support and give them encouragement. There's nothing worse than starting out a YouTube channel, and I learned this, where you're making channels and you've made your channel, you're doing videos, and hardly anybody ever watches them. I was lucky. I got people like Rachel Ghost started promoting my channel and things like that. Even me, Mr. May and Beetle Brad, you know. So I've got a lot to thank those channels for. So if I can help any channel now, I just do it, and that's it. Another Beatles channel, which you might know and you might not know, is Beetle Dustino. So here's your twist and your shout out to Beetle Dustino in America. Again, very, very knowledgeable person. Then there's my old mate Beetle Brad. Hey up, Brad. Here's your twist and your shout out to Beetle Brad. Hope everything's okay with you. Now this one is a bit of a special one. This is to my mate Beatley Tone of Beatley Tone's Beatles channel. And then why I'm doing this as like a special one to you, mate, is I saw your video on, is it Midas Man? I still haven't watched it. Although we've got Amazon Prime, every time we go on to look at it, it just says not available. And I live in the UK like you, so why I can't get it, I don't know. But I thought your review was spot on, mate. You know, I think it was a very, very honest review. It's had quite a mixed reaction, hasn't it, that film? So check out Beatley Tone's Beatles channel. Excuse me for coughing. Like I say, I've got the dreaded man flu. Then there's me and Mr. Mayo. Joe, me and Mr. Mayo. Twist and shout out to you, mate, in America. very, very, very knowledgeable Beatles channel, but he's also got a cinema channel as well. So please check him out. Then there's the Vinyl Vault, who sold me that Laserdisc. So here's your twist. Any shout out to the Vinyl Vault. I hope everything is well with you. And then a special shout out to one of my long-time subscribers, Terry Man, just to thank you because you pointed something out to me earlier on today. I did sort of like know, but yeah, thank you for making me be aware. Beatle Dave, this channel is all about the Beatles, record collecting, vinyl, you know, things on the Beatles, things on other things like this. I try to promote positive things, peace, love, happiness, nice things, not nasty things. So if any of you, I make this dead quick, if any of you ever get a comment off me and it's something nasty, it's not me. You should all know me by now. I'm a lover, not a hater. And I love doing my channel. Long may it continue. And that's going to be it. So whatever you're doing, I hope you have a nice weekend, what's left of it. I hope you found something out about the Hollies. Hope I haven't bored you too much. Hope you enjoyed it. And until the next time, as my old mate Beetle Bad would say, I'm out of here. Bye.